You're probably here because you've narrowed it down to 2 Atlanta cities, Alpharetta and Roswell. And now you're wondering which one is really best for my family. Both are beautiful, both are highly rated, and both offer top schools in the classic suburban lifestyle North Atlanta is famous for. But here's the thing, while they share a border, they feel completely different once you live there. Alpharetta is polished, it's modern, buzzing with energy. You've got Avalon, you've got all the tech jobs, shiny new construction everywhere. And Roswell, on the other hand, is full of charm. It's walkable, historic downtown, tree-lined streets. It's a community that feels like a true small town. So before you make that decision, let's dig into the real world differences. I'm going to tell you the places that I shop, the parks I actually use, the little things that locals know well. And we'll break down schools, lifestyle, home prices, commutes, and what kind of family each city fits best. Hey everyone, I'm Weslyn Bazilla, your North Atlanta relocation guide and local real estate expert. And here on Life in North Atlanta, I help you get a real look at what it's like to live here, move here, buy a house here in the beautiful North Atlanta suburbs. So if you're thinking about relocating to North Atlanta, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. And if you haven't already watched my deep dive into Alpharetta, which was living in Alpharetta, Georgia, what you need to know before you move here, I'll link it up here, and that video will give you a full inside look at what everyday life in Alpharetta really feels like. All right, let's get into the Alpharetta versus Roswell and figure out which one fits your family best. Number 1, okay, so 2 cities, 1 border, 2 totally different vibes. Even though they're neighbors in North Fulton County, these 2 cities couldn't be more different in their personalities. Alpharetta is the newer, more polished suburb. It's the business and tech hub of North Atlanta with major employers. It's got tons of shopping, luxury mixed-use spaces like the Avalon I mentioned, as well as downtown Alpharetta. Everything feels new, it's well planned, it's full of energy. And tip for you guys, I always go to Avalon to shop, but I actually prefer to eat downtown. It feels more local. Some of my favorites there are gonna be Hen Mother Cookhouse for breakfast, Never Enough Time for lunch, and both Citizen Soul and Foghorn and Lions for dinner. They're delicious. Roswell is older, it's full of soul. You're gonna see historic homes, you're gonna see mature trees, and a small town charm that feels timeless. Downtown Roswell, especially along Canton Street, is one of the most loved spots in all of Metro Atlanta. Some of my personal favorites there are going to include Table and Maze, Osteria Matone, which is Italian, and Vaz, which is authentic Greek. However, it's important to note that this area continues to grow and expand. There's also another project called Hill Street in the works, which is adjacent to City Hall, and it will include office, retail, and restaurants, as well as a mix of residential options. So Alpharetta is your modern lifestyle city, while Roswell is your classic southern suburb with new, vibrant developments on the rise. The second thing I want to talk about is lifestyle and community feel. If you love being out and about, trying new restaurants, attending local festivals, and then having easy access to everything, Alpharetta is definitely going to deliver. It's known for its energy. There's always something happening there. Families here love how connected everything is. So top-rated parks, concerts at Ameris Bank Amphitheater, and restaurants within minutes are all big wins. Roswell, meanwhile, gives you that slower pace that many families are craving. It's artsy, it's walkable. There's always something local going on, from the Roswell Arts Festival to weekend kayaks along the Chattahoochee River. And for me, the real win for Roswell is its park system. Alpharetta has great parks too, obviously Wills Park, but Roswell's Big Creek Park and that Chattahoochee Nature Center make you feel completely removed from the city. So it's perfect for a Saturday morning. When it comes to local flavor there, they divide neatly, okay? Alpharetta is where you go for big coordinated events like the annual Taste of Alpharetta. It's a food festival, major concerts, like I said, at Ameris Bank Amphitheater. We've seen several big artists there. And then the Wire and Wood Songwriters Festival. It feels slightly more curated and upscale. Roswell, however, however, has a more organic neighborhood feel with events like Alive in Roswell, which is a street festival that happens like every third Thursday of the month. And also the fantastic Roswell Roots Festival in February, which is one of the largest African-American cultural celebrations in Georgia as well. So if you love a bustling farmer's market, both have great ones, but Roswell feels more like a community social event on a Saturday morning. If you're a remote worker or you want that tight-knit community where neighbors actually know each other, Roswell's probably gonna feel more like home. But if you thrive on the convenience, the nightlife, and the vibrant mini city feel, Alpharetta is gonna win that category. So the third thing I wanna talk about is schools and education. Both Alpharetta and Roswell are part of the Fulton County School District, which is one of the top rated systems in Georgia. You've heard me talk about it over and over. Alpharetta is known for its academic powerhouses. You've got Alpharetta High, Cambridge, and Milton High. Those are consistently ranked among the best in the state. These schools often drive up the values and attract families relocating specifically for education. Roswell schools, including Roswell High and Centennial High, are also excellent, but they're slightly more mixed depending on the zone. So many families love the smaller, more personal environment here. In Roswell, many families do pay attention to which side of the city they live on because that obviously determines the high school zone that they are going to be part of. It's a bit more cut and dry in Alpharetta. If you're moving with school-aged kids though, education is your top priority, I'm sure, and Alpharetta has the edge. If you want strong schools with a more laid-back feel, Roswell is still a solid family-friendly choice. Number 4 is gonna be home prices and what you get for your money. So as of today, when looking at all the property types combined, that includes condos, townhomes, and single-family detached, the median sale price in Alpharetta sits around $760,000. Okay. Roswell, on the other hand, averages closer to the $675,000 range. So that's also for all property types. In Alpharetta, homes under $700,000 usually mean built in 1990s or maybe early 2000s. Newer builds and townhomes, especially if you're going to be near Avalon or Windward Parkway area, typically are going to start closer to $1 million and then go up from there. Roswell is going to give you more space for your money. Many homes were built in the 80s and 90s, but the lots are going to be bigger and you can often find beautiful renovated properties in that $500,000 to $700,000 range. If you want character and big private lots, look for homes just off that historic district in Roswell. In Alpharetta, you're paying a premium for location and newness. The lots are noticeably smaller. Here's a practical tip for out-of-state buyers, okay? Because Alpharetta has more new construction and master plan communities, you'll find a higher percentage of homes that include mandatory HOA fees. And that's gonna cover things like swim and tennis amenities, as well as common area maintenance. Roswell, being older and having more custom homes, gives you the opportunity to find a beautiful home with no HOA or one with a low optional fee. So this is crucial, a line item to budget for sure, and can change your monthly costs considerably. So pay close attention to the HOA documentation in each city. If you value newer homes and modern amenities, Alpharetta is your spot. But if you'd rather have a charming home with character, mature landscaping, and more privacy, Roswell wins here. Okay, let's talk commute, traffic, and accessibility. Both cities have easy access to Georgia 400, but commute times are gonna differ slightly. Roswell sits a bit closer to Atlanta, so if you're driving into Buckhead or Midtown, you'll shave about 10 to 15 minutes off your commute compared to Alpharetta. Alpharetta, however, is closer to major corporate hubs in Windward Parkway and North Point areas, so if you work locally or in tech, your drive is gonna be minimal. Traffic in Alpharetta is heavily concentrated around the shopping centers, while Roswell's traffic gets really tough around the historic district I keep talking about, and is where Holcomb Bridge meets 400. So be prepared for congestion in both, but for different reasons. If your office is inside the perimeter, Roswell may be a better call. If you work remotely or in North Fulton, Alpharetta's convenience just can't be beat. Outdoor life. Okay, the Chattahoochee versus the Greenway. Let's talk about this. The single biggest difference in the outdoor lifestyle, and this is a big one for families, it's the difference between the river and the trails, okay? Roswell is defined by its relationship with the Chattahoochee River. The city runs right up to the river and has amazing amenities like the Chattahoochee Nature Center, and it has access points for kayaking, canoeing, and what locals call shooting the hooch, which is slang for tubing on the Chattahoochee River. We do it a lot. It's really fun. Roswell is the place for true water lovers and hikers who want thick forest trails that make you forget that you're even in the suburbs. Alpharetta is defined by the Big Creek Greenway. This is a 12-foot wide paved path that runs for miles through Alpharetta, and it connects into Roswell, actually. It is perfect for runners, bikers, rollerbladers, and families with strollers. We go all the time with our bikes. Alpharetta is also heavily investing in the Alpha Loop, which is a massive multi-use path system connecting Avalon and downtown to the Greenway. So if your idea of the outdoors is organized, it's paved, it's connected to amenities, Alpharetta is definitely gonna win. If it's rugged, more natural, and river-centric, it's gonna be Roswell all day long. The real cost of living and taxes. Finally, let's talk about the money you spend after the closing table, okay? Specifically property taxes and city services. While both are in Fulton County, there are subtle differences. Both cities have excellent city services and public safety, but Roswell has historically had a better developed, more established park system and municipal department structure. This is largely due to its age and original footprint. Alpharetta, with its tech boom, has put massive funding into new, modern infrastructure like the new downtown and the Alpha Loop I was talking about, giving it a very contemporary feel. So your property tax bill will also vary based on the school cluster you're in. Homes are zoned for those top-ranked Alpharetta high schools are often gonna have higher assessments per square foot, driving your tax bill up, even if the millage rate is the same. Essentially, in Alpharetta, you pay a higher premium for the location's reputation, while in Roswell, the home's character and the lot size often have a bigger influence on the value. It's another reason why Alpharetta's overall monthly cost of living tends to edge out over Roswell's. In terms of safety though, both rank among Georgia's top 10 safest mid-sized cities. Alpharetta feels more master planned and organized. Roswell feels more homey and community driven. So for long-term investment, I would say Alpharetta edges ahead. It continues to see strong appreciation driven by that tech industry growth and limited land availability, while Roswell remains steady, less volatile, but very consistent for resale. My clients often view these cities differently over time. Many people who are upgrading within North Atlanta do target Alpharetta for that new construction and schools. But Roswell is often the city that people choose when they decide this is where we're gonna settle down for the next 20 years. It's about character over that cutting edge newness. So which city is best for your family? Which one wins, Alpharetta or Roswell? If you want modern convenience, newer homes, top schools, and high energy lifestyle, Alpharetta is hard to beat. It's vibrant, it's walkable, and perfect for families who love that active, connected suburban feel. But if your heart leans towards character, community, and charm, you're gonna love the mature neighborhoods in the walkable, historic streets that Roswell has to offer. It's where you're gonna feel like home. In truth, you can't go wrong with either one. It really depends on your stage of life and what home looks like for you right now. So whether it's Roswell or Alpharetta, both cities are incredible choices for families that are relocating to the North Atlanta area. The key is finding which one truly matches the lifestyle, the budget, and the commute. If you want a personalized relocation plan to figure out which area is the best for you, go ahead and book a free strategy call with me. You can find all of my contact information below in the description. Just reach out directly. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out my other videos all about living in North Atlanta. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.